Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So, fun fact about today's video. It's kind of just a discussion about art and, well, I actually filmed and edited it last night, but the audio got distorted. Don't know how that happens, but it does, and believe me from first experience that it does. So, I kind of wanted to come on here and just talk about art and more so like some of my processes, I guess. I guess a lot of people would ask, do you use a reference? Like, I'm going to more so answer common questions I have not been asked. But I would like to clear up. Do I use a reference? Sometimes, but typically it is a reference I have made. It would be a character reference. It wouldn't be like some kind of pose you'd find off Pinterest, because I think a recent study showed that about, I want to say 60% of all like Pinterest stuff is AI. And I know there's that whole thing where like you can turn off the AI stuff. They implemented that, but I just don't like Pinterest that much. I would rather figure it out myself or look on Google, because Google's just as good. I know that Google has more AI, but there's only so much I can do. And I kind of refuse to get Pinterest just because I don't really want it. For personal reasons, really. I just feel like I've kind of outgrown it. And not like that it's a bad thing if you have Pinterest and you're an adult. Just, there's a lot of teenagers and a lot of middle schoolers on there, and that's why I just don't use it. But moving on, I think that my color palettes are very colorful, and they don't show any existence of a kind of overall like color palette to say. I just use colors that I think look good. They have a nice way of being bright, but also not too bright to the point where it looks fake. I have a lot of pieces that I'm really proud of for their bright, saturated colors. And in fact, if you Google me on like, if you Google like some of my works and stuff, it'll actually say that a part of my style is using bright, saturated colors, which is kind of creepy, because can we talk about that for a second? Like, how do I say this? Google has an AI that is able to go to other websites and get information off you. It knows all of the sites I am on. It knows that I have ArtFight. It knows that I have Unveil. It knows that I have Toy House, and now YouTube. And I think the funny thing is now it knows I have my YouTube, and it's using a lot of like my audio recordings. And actually, when I Googled myself, because I just do it for fun, honestly, it had actually pulled up a few of my videos along with some other people, because I'm not the only person sin on YouTube. Which, by the way, you'll see my username is I'm a person, but there's also like person sin da. That's my main tag. And yeah, it's just kind of weird. I think something else too is like I like more fantasy. I'm good at art of scenery and architecture. It's just typically I don't do it on digital because I have had a really hard time capturing the essence of a lot of my pieces I've done, because I have a lot of architecture I do on paper and they turn out beautifully on paper, but it feels like when I get them on the screen, they just will not go for the life of me. And then there's also the second fact of I don't like doing it because of how time consuming it is. It's one thing to make a scenery for a piece and make that your focal point alongside the character, because you'll see with a lot of them, a lot of my pieces that have scenery, it's a reflection of the character and their mindset, not necessarily just something that is put there to be put there. And I think this video is also going to be shorter. I think I've got like 2 more minutes, and that's because the footage cut down to 6 minutes when it was done. So, yeah, but moving on, I think that I really do like my art style and the way I draw, and I kind of would like to do a tutorial, but I don't even know how I would, like, even start making a tutorial, you know? And I don't know. Let me know if you, like, want to see that in the future, because I think I would like to do a tutorial. Also, it's funny because do you know how many tutorials there are on YouTube of people showing how to do hair in their art style? I have no clue how I started doing hair the way I did. I just started drawing it very fluffy and rounded because it fit the way I did faces and ears. You will find a lot of my pieces don't have sharp points, and I know it's ironic considering what you're seeing on screen right now is an alien with sharp ears. But when I say they don't have sharp points, I mean, like, I don't sketch a ton with sharp points. I find it a little bit lackluster, and I think it flows better with rounded stuff, and that's a part of my style, is that, like, it's very rounded and it looks good round. I think that it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see how my style develops, because even now I've started noticing a tad bit of a shift, and I'm excited. Like, I think it would be cool to see, like, my art, like my digital art, excel through another year, because I've only been doing it since January. But yeah, all right. That's all I have for today. Kind of just a little rant type video to get started. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of come on here and say some dumb stuff. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.